good, guys? It's your girl Keisha Ariel, the founder of Hair We Gro, and today I am joined with my beautiful daughter
Leah.
Yes, she is back with me as we continue talking about hydration and
moisturization.
That's absolutely right. Now in today's video we are going to talk about the frequency of hydrating and moisturizing the scalp, because the last time when me and Leah was here we were talking about moisturizing her hair. Now what was interesting, what happened in the last video, Leah? Did we lose audio? Yeah, so we are now, this video is literally the part that didn't get recorded. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it, aren't we, baby girl?
Yes, we are.
Let's go.
Yay.
Okay, so the frequency of hydrating and moisturizing the scalp depends on individual factors such as your hair type. And when I say hair type, I'm referring to whether you have Afro textured hair, Asian or Caucasian hair. Also, you have to think about your scalp condition and your lifestyle, as this will greatly impact the frequency and method used for keeping the scalp hydrated and moisturized. Now, with that said, I wanted to share with you a general guideline for keeping your scalp hydrated and moisturized, right? So when it comes to hydrating the scalp, what does it mean again, Leah, when we say hydrating? What we do when we hydrate?
We use water.
Yes, so we are going to add water to maintain hydration in the scalp, just like with the hair, right?
Yeah.
So basically, hydrating the scalp simply means adding water or water-based products to the scalp to maintain hydration. Now we're going to talk about how often, right?
Yeah.
You want to yawn? Go ahead if you still want to do it. All right, so we're going to talk about the frequency in which you should hydrate your hair or your scalp. Now, if you're like me and you have dry scalp, now I did a video where I shared a little bit more information regarding how I got rid of my dry scalp, but because I've been neglecting my scalp recently, I have to hydrate my scalp every 2 to 3 days, or when it feels itchy or flaky. Now, if you have normal to oily scalp, hydration may not be needed as often. Simply washing with a hydrating shampoo during regular wash days may suffice, simply because, again, you are not necessarily dealing with a scalp issue. But if on the other end you have oily scalp, you definitely want to you don't want to be hydrating and wetting the scalp too often, because that is not going to create the best environment for your hair. Now when it comes to the method, you definitely want to use a water-based scalp spray or mist. Now if you're dealing with dry scalp like myself, you definitely want to go ahead and rinse the scalp with water or herbal teas, which includes like chamomile or green tea in between washes. That is just to keep the calmness or reduce inflammation that will sometimes lead to itching. Now when it comes to moisturizing the scalp, Leah, what do we typically use when it comes to moisturizing the scalp? Oils, yes. So it simply means we're sealing in hydration into the scalp to prevent water loss. Now again, when it comes to dry scalp like myself, we want to apply a light scalp safe moisturizer like a aloe vera gel or light oils or leave-in products, especially if you have fine Afro texture hair strands like myself, or if you have Asian or Caucasian hair. However, if your hair is on the coarse side, meaning you have thick hair strands, you may want to use heavier oils like castor oil every 2 to 3 times. Not every 2, but 2 to 3 times per week, right? Normal to oily scalp like Leah, you moisturize less frequently, possibly after wash days. And typically with Leah's hair, I tend to moisturize after wash days. But with myself, I have to do this much more frequently, simply because I got some dry scalp issue going on. Okay, now especially for normal scalp types, definitely consider using lightweight oils like a jojoba oil or grapeseed oil, which mimic the scalp's natural sebum. And you want to opt for scalp specific moisturizers or treatments, again simply because you're not dealing with any issues, your scalp is normal. someone's tired. So with having normal scalp type, you don't necessarily need anything to necessarily combat anything. You just want to keep the scalp healthy. So you want to stick to oils again, like I says, like a jojoba oil or grapeseed oil, which mimics the natural sebum of your scalp. Now if you have oily scalp, again, lightweight oils will be very effective for you. You don't want to use anything too heavy because that is going to add more oils to your scalp. Now lightweight oils, it's so much easier to absorb into the scalp, and again, it mimics your natural sebum, and that can also help to combat the sebum production. Now I did do a video on managing sebum production. I'll go ahead and link it right here as well as in the description bar below. Someone's like getting real comfy. So the key things to consider here is your scalp health. Now you want to avoid overloading the scalp with products, as this can clog your pores and lead to buildup, which I have an idea to do a video discussing comedogenic oils, and these are the oils that causes buildup on your scalp. Also, we have to consider the weather, because in dry climates you may need to hydrate and moisturize more often, while in humid conditions less frequent application may suffice. And I have a video coming up discussing how the weather impacts your moisturizing routine. Again, your hair porosity, your hair strands and your scalp may lose moisture faster and require more frequent hydration. Once again, see the last video where I spoke about the frequency in regards to your hair porosity. Okay, so here are some signs you can look out for to know when you need to hydrate or moisturize your scalp. Now, when it comes to hydration, you definitely need to look out for whether or not your scalp feels tight, itchy, or flaky. And moisturization is needed typically when the scalp appears dull, excessively dry, or prone to peeling. So when it came to Leah's scalp, I could tell that her scalp was in need of some hydration and moisturization. Her scalp didn't necessarily look dry, but it looked dull, and she wasn't necessarily itching or anything of the sort. But these are ways you can identify whether or not your scalp needs hydration and moisturization. Just like when looking at your hair, you can tell that your hair is lacking water content, so you need to hydrate your hair strands, and then you add the moisturizing butters to seal that hydration in. So it's kind of like the same thing when it comes to your scalp, but your scalp again, if it's peeling and stuff like that, you can tell you need to put some moisture into your hair and lock it in. Now, striking the right balance is key here. Ensure that your routine meets your scalp specific needs without overdoing it, because when you overdo it, it can definitely cause some issues. So once again, if your scalp is feeling itchy, flaky, or anything of the sort, it needs water. It needs to be hydrated. Okay guys, so I hope you found today's video very helpful. Did you think it was very helpful today? Yeah, definitely. So if you found it helpful, what should they do?
Subscribe.
They should definitely subscribe and give us a big massive thumbs up, and also leave a comment to let us know, right?
Yeah.
Leave us a comment, subscribe, and like this video. And until next time, bye.